What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to some more videos, and man, it is time to get our hands on Blazblue Cross Tag Battle. I hope you guys are all excited. At this time, I'm pretty sure that the US pre-orders are up, so you can do it. If not, then just pay attention because they will be there very shortly so you can get your hands on the game. So today we're going to be doing something very special. I want to do a tutorial guide for Blazblue Cross Tag Battle. Now, I've done things before for the mechanics and such, but this is more updated. I have more knowledge on the game, I have more hands-on, and we have like the actual game in hand, so I can give you visual aid as to what those things are. So we're going to be going over with this. Now, I wanted to do a big ol' elaborate edited video where I just do voiceover and I'd give you visual aids and stuff, but I thought, you know what, I think I want to do like a very raw live just breakdown of me playing the game and explaining the game mechanics to you guys directly, and not just doing like an elaborate editing video. So I feel like it's gonna be it's pretty good. Let me know what you guys think. I want to do it this way over the editing way. Let me know. It has a little bit of a one-on-one vibe to it, and that's what I kind of like about it. It feels like I'm talking to you guys, the viewers in particular, directly, and showing you how to some of the aspects of the game. So let me know what you guys think of the actual format of the video. If you guys want me to switch it up, I can do an editing, elaborate, more scripted and such. I can do it that way. Or if you guys want me to keep doing it this way, a little bit more 1v1, a little bit of a live breakdown of the mechanics. So enjoy the tutorial, guys. If I missed anything, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll try to fill it up in the description. And that's all. Enjoy the video, guys. Alright, here we are in the character selection screen. We're going to get going here. The first thing you're going to want to do, of course, is pick your team. Whichever team that you want to go for it. Really, this game doesn't merit any sort of huge execution barrier. This game is all about team synergy and what kind of combos you're going to be executing with your team, depending on your characters. So really go for anything, to be honest. You don't really have to hold yourself back of, alright, this character's a little tougher than this one, and etc, etc. So this game really promotes lots of team synergy and lots of unique teams that you can create. So go ahead and pick whoever you want. For this tutorial's sake, I'm going to be going with Ruby, and I do have specific colors for these two. I love these colors, and then we'll get into the actual training room. So just to kick this off, let's start looking at the interface, the HUD. What are you looking at when you first go into a match? So first of all, of course, is the health bars. The health bars, each of one of your character has a health bar, so both of those health bars have to deplete to be able to win the match. So you have to knock out Ragna's and Jin's health bars, so one character can die over the other as well. It's not like it's one singular health bar where if you kill one character, the round is over. That's not the case in this game. So the health bar, very important. It's right up there, of course. There's the time up there. I have it set to infinite, but there is a timer going on for 180 seconds. I think that's going to be the default time that you're going to be going for. I'm not sure how it is going to be. I know that these games go pretty quickly, so really you don't need to worry about timer stuff. The second thing, of course, is on the edge of your bottom meter bars is you see a number 1, and you see like a little jaggedy design on it as well. And that's your meter bar. That's the meter that's the bar you're going to be using for using distortions, your super moves, using EX moves and such. So that's the number 1, and that goes up to 5. The default stock is 5, and then there's a specific mode that you can go into that can raise that default stock. But for the most part, the default stock is 5 meters, and you can raise that meter bar by attacking, by using your assist, by getting hit, stuff like that, and that's how you raise your meter bar. On the right side of that is, of course, the assist bar, and this is kind of interesting and unique to this game and to tag games in particular. I don't think any other tag game really has this, unless there's something out there that's really weird. But anyways, you have 2 assist bars right there. So that assist bar is mostly for assists, of course, but the way to consume an assist bar is a couple ways. So you can have the offensive, so if you're pressing a button and then you call an assist, there comes Weiss. That's how you drain a bar. Now, that doesn't mean every assist is going to be draining a bar. If you're in neutral, that means you're not pressing anything, you're just moving around. You can definitely use as many assists as you want. But in terms of offense, in terms of combos, the only way for you to do that is to consume a assist meter. Now, if you run out of assist meter, then you cannot use it offensively, but you can do it. So for example, if you you start doing assists and stuff, there it is. It's completely depleted. You can still call assists, but you cannot use it while you're going on the offensive. So yeah, like that. I tried to press it right there. So you won't be able to do it like that. So that's the assist meter. And you see the little diamonds right down there. We'll go into all this stuff a little bit later on, but for the most part, those are little assist diamonds where the more assists you call, the more diamonds get to fill up. So if you call an assist, and it's all depending on how many assists you call. You can spam the assist button and it'll keep regenerating. It's not like it has to hit. The assist doesn't have to hit for you to generate the diamonds. It's just you literally just spamming assists, and you'll be able to get all 4 of those filled up. And you do want to get all those filled up before your next character dies, or your character dies, and you only have 1 character left. And I'll go into more detail later on. But for the most part, that's the interface right there, and that's what you're going to be looking at as soon as you go into a match. Now that that's out of the way, let's actually go over to what each specific character has and kind of universal mechanics around the game. Now, of course, every character is going to have an auto run. There's a few exceptions, of course, but for the most part, when you hold forward, you're going to be running. There's no walking in this game unless you're playing characters like Waldstein, characters like Tager, and characters like Azrael. They have a walk instead of a dash or a run. I mean, Azrael does have a dash, but he also has a walk. So, and for the most part, you don't have to tap forward, and then to start running. So that is a thing there. You just hold forward and you start running. You don't even have to tap forward. It's just you hold forward. That's going to be a little weird to get used to, I know, but it's not that bad. So with that being said, there's the auto runs and there's also the special moves as well. Each character has a special move depending on the strength that you use it. For the most part, everybody has a quarter circle forward and a quarter circle backwards. Now there are some exceptions, like there are characters that have down. Like for example, Weiss, oopsies, that's not what I wanted. This is her down right there. So there's certain characters that do have down motions. This is Weiss's, but not every character has them. So for the most part, everybody has a quarter circle forward, a quarter circle backwards, and depending on the strength, you get a different move. So you get the sniper shot, you get the putting the gun down and getting some even bigger sniper shots, and then there's also EX moves. And EX moves are moves that take up one single bar. Like for example, you see on the bottom left there on Ruby's side, you see that there's a number 1, but if I use an EX move, which consists of me doing the quarter circle forward or quarter circle back, but with a C move, with the C button, which is this right here, and she does a real flashy EX move, and that's depending on which one. Now, not all quarter circle forward, quarter circle back moves, like for all characters, have a EX move. Like for example, Ruby does not have a quarter circle back C. She doesn't have an EX. So quarter circle back A is this dash, quarter circle B is this dash, and then quarter circle back C is this move right here. So it's not an EX move. It doesn't consume any meter. It just depends on the character, really. Alongside that, every character is going to have a smart combo, and a smart combo are basically auto combos. So if you press A over and over and over, you get a combo here. And each auto combo or smart combo adds up to about 4K-ish. So it could be anywhere from 3.5K to 4K. And that's usually like very average damage. As you can see in Jin's bar, it's very average. You can get a bigger combo with just doing an actual regular combo. Or you can get more damage with just using your Clash Assault, which is the next thing we're talking about, which is if you just press standing C, you get this little cool animation there. And let me show you how that works actually. For those of you who don't know how that little mini, because that's a little mini game actually. So this is a universal overhead. Depending on the character that you have, you may have different animations for the Clash Assault, which is standing C. That's what the button is. And for the Ruby characters, they all have like a jumping attack. And it's the same with the Under Night and Birth characters. The Under Night and Birth characters also have a jumping attack. Now the Blazblue characters and the Persona 4 characters are a little bit different. For example, like Jin here, Jin has it seems like it's a very quick overhead. So depending on the character, like Persona 4 characters and Blazblue characters, they have like a quick quick overhead that's very, very fast. And also the Persona 4 characters have this as well. And the Under Night and Birth characters and the Ruby characters, they jump and then they do an attack. So depending on how you use them, they can both be very effective. So how to use the Clash Assault is, of course, when you initiate the Clash Assault, then you go into a little mini game. So let me see if I can get this going. Once they start falling down, let me hide the menu here. Once they start falling down and you see that little crash button coming in, as soon as it shows up and it zooms in, you see that little circle there. As soon as it zooms in on the crash, that's when you press the C button again. And depending on how fast and how good you do in this little mini game, you can get more damage out of this Clash Assault. And it's very minuscule, so I think the difference is there's good, there's excellent, and there's marvelous. Marvelous, I think, does like an extra 500 or so damage. Excellent does like an extra 250, and then, of course, the base damage, which is 4K. And that's with both characters, okay? Now, if you do this Clash Assault with just a singular character, then you only get about 3,000 damage or so, maybe a little less, depending on how strong you do the minigame. So let's just try and get this Marvelous here. So I couldn't get it there. So I suggest you just go in the practice room and you try and get this out, figure this out. So as soon as you get it, oh, couldn't get it that time. See, it's kind of tricky, but you can definitely get it. It's not too bad. There we go. I got the excellent right there, which is, yeah, an extra 4240. The base damage is 4K with 2 characters, so I got an extra 240 damage out of that. So it can be very useful in clutch situations. So let's try and get a Marvelous here again. I got an excellent once more, but that's okay. So yeah, that's the Clash Assault. It's at first I didn't know what to do with it, and it was just super tricky. I didn't know if it was like when the opponent had to be down on the floor or if it was like right in between, but no, it's just when you see the crash button, you immediately press it. Oh, I couldn't get it there. I was too late that time. So let me see if I can finish it off here. Got it. Marvelous. There you go. About 4480. So anyways, the Clash Assault, of course, that is the universal overhead. All right, so getting into the nitty-gritty, I'm going to be showing you like some other universal mechanics that you're going to be needing and using in an actual real match. So first of all, there's the reversal button. So how you do the reversal button is when you press A and tag. All right, so if you press the light button and the tag button, you get, at the same time, you get a reversal. With that being said, there's also grabs, which is that right there. Now, grabs are a little wonky in this game. Let me explain why. Normally, when you grab, you just go up to somebody and then you grab them. You have to be in the vicinity of that character to be able to grab them, right? For the grab to be successful. Well, in this game, they implemented like a quick run before you grab. Now, I'm going to do it right here, and I'm not going to press anything but the grab button. I didn't do that. The game implemented a dash or a run before you grab. So it's all with proximity. So if your opponent is right in front of you, of course, she's not going to run up and grab. They're right in front of you. So you're going to be doing that. But depending on how far you go, there's a certain distance before she grabs until there's something in her way. So for example, if I'm about right here, Ragnar was in my way, so hey, I'll grab him. But if he's too far away, I will run a certain distance and I will whiff a grab, because there's a certain distance that you run before you grab. So if you're in between that distance, then you're gonna get, so there you go. Found my target, basically. So it's kind of interesting. It's odd, of course, but you know, I've never seen this being implemented. It's just very janky, very wonky. I have mixed feelings about this mechanic, but in terms of like as a regular grab, you can still use regular grabs. Of course, you can take grab and go like that, and you can still combo off of your grabs, of course. That's still a thing as well. So that's still a thing. Next up, let's move on to assists. And assists in this game are really cool. I like how they implemented them. Each character has 3 assists no matter what. So each character is going to have a back assist. So there's a dedicated assist button, and you can map it to whatever you want it to be. I like to have it like in the shoulder and the bumpers. So there's a back assist, there is an assist where you just play it, just don't hold any direction and you just press the assist button. That's called neutral assist. And then there is, of course, the forward assist. So there's 3 different assists for each character. Each one of them are unique, so I suggest that you experiment with your character to see what your assist is for that specific character. And depending on which one can be used over the other in specific situations. I really like this mechanic a lot, so it's really cool. With that being said, let's also, you can also tag, and there's a dedicated tag button as well that you can use. You can tag in between. Now, whenever you tag, you do have a little bit of what's it called? Cooldown, or a little bit of recovery for when you tag in. So that means that you are susceptible and you are completely vulnerable for the opponent to open you up and land a big combo on you. So be sure to tag when it's safe to do so, because there are situations where you're going to be like tagging in and the opponent's going to be running right at you and they're going to be punishing you for tagging in. So other than that, there is also distortions. Distortions in the game are the supers, and they're very easy in this game. I know that Blazblue had complicated inputs before, but they completely simplified it in this game. It's only quarter circle forward and quarter circle backwards. Each character has 2 different distortions. I know that specific characters have air distortions as well, like Noelle, like Chie, and other characters. So pretty much you just press B and C. So this is the B, which is the medium button, and then the C, which is the universal, the Clash Assault button. And if you press them at the same time, you get grab. But if you use quarter circle forward and B and C, you get yourself a super move, and that exhausts 2 different meters, 2 meters. So 2 meters is what you need to be able to execute a distortion. Now, that was the quarter circle forward one. Let's do the quarter circle back. And this is a different one. And each distortions are different in their own regard. So like I said, just like the assist, experiment with your distortions to make sure that you're using the correct one for whatever situation you may be in. Now, with that being said, there's also something called Crash Assault, which if you're a Marvel player, it's called, it's a DHC basically, or a delayed hyper combo. In this game, it's called Crash Assault. And what Crash Assault is, once you do a distortion, your second character, if he's alive, he is able to come out and do his distortion for extra bonus damage. So, for example, with Ragna, or I'm going to be using Ragna because he has enough meter to do so. So, we'll do a distortion. Oh, whoops. Man, I'm not good. So, we'll do a distortion here. And then if you press the assist button, your second character will come out and do his distortion. Now, both of these distortions exhaust 2 meters, so you do need a pretty good chunk of meter to be able to DHC. So keep that in mind. It's not necessarily the most ideal thing to do sometimes, but you do build meter extremely fast in this game. So sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, but just keep in mind that it's very expensive. Speaking of expensive, let's talk about Reject Guard. Now, Reject Guard is a defensive tool that you're going to be needing. It costs 1 meter, so keep that in mind to do so. But it is a defense mechanism where you are able to push the opponent away, like almost half screen in the cost of meter, just in case they are like oppressing you very, very hard and you don't know what to do. All you need to do is press the A and tag button to be able to push them away. And then while you're blocking, you press the A and the tag button, and then they will get pushed away. Let me give you an example here. So let's see. Let me see how I can do here. Okay. Let's see. There it is right there. That's the reject. They get pushed almost full screen away. Now, depending on what they're doing, they might be half screen. But for the most part, excuse me, they get pushed away super, super far in the cost of a meter. So it's a very good defensive tool. I think it's perfect. I think you get to be pushing them very far away. And depending on the situation, you can do some pretty sneaky things with this mechanic as well. So I really, really like this mechanic. I'm just saying that right now. Use it. If you are getting oppressed, you're just getting hammered on by pressure by your opponent, use the Reject Guard. It's very, very useful, especially if you have a lot of meter. let's talk about cross burst, which is essentially the burst of the game. Now, if you don't know what a burst is, it's basically a combo breaker tool. So if your character or your opponent, I'm sorry, is comboing your character and you're about to die, or in any given situation where your opponent is comboing you, you are able to break out of that combo completely and end the combo. So it's like a second chance of life, basically. So, but in this game, it's very interesting because you can only burst when you have two characters. If you don't have two characters, you cannot burst, because bursting in this game, it basically is your second character coming in and saving your life. So I'll kind of give you guys an example here. There it is right there. So your second character comes out and completely breaks the combo, and you're safe. It resets the neutral. You are now at an even space now. Now, the only thing in this game, it costs 2 assist meters. So that you see that assist meter, it just barely built up, the blue meter down there. It costs your whole entire assist meter, which means that if you do not have a full assist bar, then you're not going to be able to burst. You need the 2 bars to be able to burst out of any combo. Let's just try that out again. Whoa. And then there's also situations as well where it's not exactly the safest method because there's no invincibility and bursting. But just to let you guys know that you guys can break out of combos. Just like that. And costing your whole assist meter. So, that's bursting in the game. Oh, and by the way, I didn't tell you guys how to do it. You basically do the assist and the tag button at the exact same time. So if you do those buttons at the exact same time while you're getting comboed or while you're blocking, even when you're blocking, you can still do it. Like, it's not even an issue. So let me get up here. You can still do it even when you're blocking. So no matter what, even if you're blocking or getting hit, you can cross burst at any time. With of course, the cost of both your assist meters. All right, now let's talk about active switching. And active switching is one of my favorite things about this game, is when you assist, and when your assist is out, with the cost of an assist meter, you can actually leave them out there. And you can even incorporate this in combos, or if you want to just get your character out there as fast as possible, you can do an assist. So this is the assist right here. And then if you do the assist and press the tag button while your assist is out, you can do an active switch. Actually, that does not cost meter, but it does cost meter if you're doing it in a combo. So it's the same rule of thumb applies to regular assist, applies to this right here. So if you do an assist, and then you press the tag button, you can do an active switch, and it's really cool. I love this mechanic like a lot. You can do crazy stuff like, for example, you can incorporate it in combos. I've seen it all the time. And this is where things get super interesting and the combo system gets really fun when you start incorporating this mechanic in there. So that's active switching. I love this. It's one of my favorite things. Now let's talk about cross combo. One of my favorite things, of course, right next to active switching. It's super interesting, so let's get into it. Not a lot of people have explored this mechanic, and I can't wait for people to explore this mechanic because it's super, super cool. So it's called cross combo, and what it is your assist character comes out and does as many assists as they possibly can until a timer reaches 0. So let's showcase this right here. You do an assist. So a cross combo, how you do it is you do assist, and then you press assist and tag at the exact same time while your assist is out. So just like that. And then you can do as many assists as possible until the timer runs out. Now, your assist meter actually turns into a cooldown timer, and it doesn't depend on how much you have. It depends on how it just basically takes what it has and just turns it into a cooldown timer. It's pretty awesome. I love it. So if you have a full assist meter, then of course you're going to have the most time with the character out doing assist. Now there's a catch as well. If you do this here, you can actually hold down the button for them to actually stay out longer. And you can even switch in between like characters while you're in this mode. It's freaking crazy. So you can actually have this, if you hold it down, it actually lasts a little bit longer. And while you're in this mode, you can actually switch in between characters like all the time. This is what the like kind of technical aspect of the game comes in, because to be able to use this effectively, you're probably gonna need like a lot of crazy stuff. Yeah, you're gonna look at this. it's crazy stuff. Like, you can switch in between. It's nuts, man. I really like this mechanic, and I can't wait for people to explore it more. I might do so myself after I'm done with the video, but that is cross combo. Cross combo is super cool. Like I said, you do assist and tag at the same time. All right, that's all you need to do. Now, one more thing before I talk about Resonance Blaze, and I talked a little bit about this before, but the little diamonds right down below, right next to the assist bar, those little diamonds are very, very important for when you go into Resonance Blaze. Now, those little diamonds, like I said, you have to fill them up by doing assist bars. So, like, if you do assists, as many assists as you can get as many, like, diamonds as you can. And you want to fill this up to level 4 because it helps out for when you have Resonance Blaze. So I'm just going to get this up to level 4 here, or just to 4 diamonds. Now that I have it up to level 4, I'm going to be killing Weiss, and it's going to show a level 4 Resonance Blaze. Let's get that going. All right, now that Weiss is out of play, now I have Resonance Blaze. And let's talk about Resonance Blaze, okay? As you can see, I have level 4 Resonance Blaze, and depending on how many diamonds you have, you can have level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Now, those levels mean a couple things. So, the more levels you have, the more meter you're going to have in Resonance Blaze. So, for example, as I said before, the stock default meter gain is 5 meters. You get 5 meters no matter what, but when you're in Resonance Blaze, you get more than that. So depending on how many levels you have, you can get more than 5. So if you have level 1, it only goes up to 6. If you have 2, you can only get 7. If you have level 3, you get 8. And then when you have level 4, you get 9 meters. And you can use them however way you see fit. Now, this is also the way to get astrals. So the only way for you to get an astral or have the astral unlocked is to get level 4 Resonance Blaze, because you need 9 meters to be able to execute an astral. So the other thing as well, alongside the meter gain, is the chip damage. The more levels you have, the more chip damage you're going to do. Now, let me actually showcase this because it can be kind of ridiculous. Ruby's a perfect character for this as well. So once you go into Resonance Blaze, by the way, you only get 15 seconds to do this. So I got to do this really well because I'm not in this is not a training lab, and I have to set it up all over again if I have to redo it. So let me show you guys the power of the chip damage. Now, level 4 chip damage is ridiculous, so let's actually get into this. So that's Resonance Blaze right there. You get 15 seconds, and that's when your meter starts to, go crazy, and it starts to rebuild and everything. So I'm going to be doing this super right here. I'm going to be blocking, and look at the chip damage. That chip damage is only because you're in level 4, okay? Now, there is still a lot of chip damage. There's still a lot of chip damage when you're in level 1, but not nearly as much as level 4. So I want to compare the level 1 chip damage to the level 4 chip damage. So I kind of reset everything, and let's see what the level 1 chip damage is like. So I'm going to go into Resonance Blaze. I'm going to do the exact same super. It's going to be doing chip damage. Like I said, it doesn't do nearly as much damage or as much chip damage as the level 4. So that's why I said, like, all right, level 4 is a must. You have to be using your assist as much as possible to get all those diamonds and for you to get level 4 Resonance Blaze. Because not only does your supers get enhanced chip damage, but everything else does too. Like your normals, your special attacks, everything gets enhanced. So you can get some pretty dirty chip damage. The chip damage is absolutely ridiculous. It's outrageous. I don't know how in the world they incorporated this, but they did, and it's kind of cool in my opinion. So that's the Resonance Blaze for level 4. Let's talk about other things with Resonance Blaze. So I already went over like a few things with Resonance Blaze, but just to reiterate them and kind of get them all organized into one section, you can, when you go into Resonance Blaze, you regenerate red health. So when you regenerate red health, you get more chance to survive and everything. You can also do the chip damage, like I said. The meter gain, of course, you can get more meter depending on which level that you have. And of course, there's time stop in the game, so you can't really see it right now, but when you go into Resonance Blaze, it completely stops the time. So if you're going to do a timeout, if someone's trying to time you out, you can just go into Resonance Blaze and completely stop time. So that's another thing as well. And the specials into Distortion is probably the one that I want to talk about the most. Now, specials into Distortions really isn't a thing in Blazblue. Only specific characters have specials into Distortions, like Terami from Blazblue Central Fiction, and I think, of course, specific characters in Under Night and Birth and in Persona. But in Blazblue, it really, not too many characters have this. So but every character can cancel specials into distortions once you go into Resonance Blaze, okay? So, with Resonance Blaze, just to give you an example as to what I'm talking about when I say you can't cancel specials into distortions, I'm going to be doing a combo here. And I'll do distortion. I can't do distortion there. But, actually, this is not the best of combos to do it with because it doesn't. Anyways, I'm going to try and do it with this. So, the exact same combo. There it is right there. I can. There you go. As you can see, I can cancel distortions super easy. So, just to do it again. There you go. Cancel into distortion. Get a nice damage buff right there. Cool. So yeah, so that is one of the biggest things with Resonance Blaze, and I love about it because it just gives, you know, we didn't have this power before in previous games with Blazblue characters, but now everybody has it once you activate Resonance Blaze. And just to show off that combo again, and I'm going to be doing Resonance Blaze, or no, can't do it. Not Resonance Blaze, I'm sorry. Distortion, I can't do it. You can only do it in Resonance Blaze. So another thing with Resonance Blaze, I think I mentioned this before, but you also do get a damage buff when you go into Resonance Blaze. So that helps out with you as like a little bit of a comeback mechanic. So that's awesome. And one other thing as well with Resonance Blaze, Resonance Blaze, when you are in that mode, the person comboing that is in Resonance Blaze, if the second character, or if the opponent has his second character, he won't be able to burst. So just to give you an example here. So I'm going to be comboing here, and I'm going to try to burst. You see that big old X next to the meter? That means he isn't able to burst at all. So I'm trying to burst as Ragna, but you can't do it. You cannot do it until you are out of Resonance Blaze. So that makes it a little bit scary if you have your second character as the opponent. So if your opponent has a second character, he won't be able to burst at all. Like, you can combo him to your heart's content, really. So I thought that was really neat. It just gives it a little bit of a, all right, you can't, you know, you get the hit when you're in Resonance Blaze, and you aren't able to get out of this combo that I'm about to hit you with. So I like that aspect about it. So, and that's pretty much it about Resonance Blaze. I think it's an interesting mechanic nonetheless. I thought it was going to be something a little bit more similar to overdrives in Blazblue, because in Blazblue, there's overdrives, and overdrives kind of enhances certain special moves to give it more combo possibilities and more interesting aspects to it. But this is okay as well. It's a little bit simplified, a little bit on the toned down side, which is completely fine. But then again, it does have its interesting benefactors, like chip damage, like specials into distortions, and such. So not too bad. I like it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for me today. Let me know what you guys think of the video. If you guys want to see it this way, more of a 1v1 live breakdown aspect of the video, or if you guys want to see a more scripted, edited video of future tutorials. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these, so let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What you guys want to see. And that's it. I hope you guys have learned something new from here, and I hope you guys can take something from this so you can download the beta, or download or buy Blazblue Cross Tag Battle and go into that game with, you know, a head full of knowledge on the game, at least for some, you know, to some aspect. Anyways, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, I can get myself updated of myself and the channel all the time on Twitter. Like the video if you guys did. Subscribe to the channel for more Blazblue Cross Tag Battle, and I'll be back with some more of these videos. You better believe it. Take it easy, everybody. I'll see you guys next time.